Good afternoon. We are looking today at our Bell Schedule Intervention Share Out, which we had a group of a number of participants on staff, and you can see them listed, who came together and put together this proposal for the 17-18 school year Bell Schedule. We want to thank all of the participants, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that today that this is just a proposal and we're still gathering feedback from the entire staff to make sure that we meet the needs of all of our Royal Knights.
The research shows that with strong Core 1 classroom instruction, we can expect 80% of our students to be successful. 20% of students will still need more intervention or instruction at the Tier 2 level. Building in an intervention system allows this time and opportunity to reach all learners. Students who are successful with the content can also extend their learning and work on long-term projects. Teachers from River Ridge Middle School have identified some positive outcomes from the intervention system this year. Students have more one-on-one time, they have opportunity for small groups, they have extra time to make up assignments and get missed instructions from absences, and they also have opportunity to catch up on grades and course recovery.
The committee proposed the design of the following schedule: to move to a 7-period day, which would be consistent with the high school and follow the high school Bell schedule, increasing to 3 lunches, avoiding a split lunch, and making sure that our lunches are based on grade level as much as possible. This would allow for a grade level daily intervention / enrichment, which would limit transition for students. So for instance, 6th grade would have the first lunch, but the 6th graders would remain in their 3rd period as their intervention time and then go to lunch after intervention. So it would be intervention, then lunch, intervention, then lunch, intervention, then lunch. This would limit instructional interruptions as well, because we would put classroom presentations, nightly values lessons, and other school-wide events during these intervention times. We're going to call our intervention times nighttime, and so our weekly proposed structural schedule would be on Mondays that we would look at a personal weekly goal sheet where we would look at improving students' executive function. Tuesday through Thursday would be a learning focus support time where in the classroom, decided by team, we would either have reading, we would have homework makeup time, or that targeted focus intervention enrichment time for students. This would also be a part of the team planning process. And on Fridays, we would do a Friday reflection. Mondays and Fridays also can include work and the same type of activities as Tuesday through Thursday, but we want to make sure that we're doing a weekly goal setting and reflection with students. This would also provide opportunities for our student services groups to be able to meet with students who are at risk or in need of intervention. As you can see on the sample master schedule, we wanted to provide for you what it would look like by grade level. And again, this is a sample, so we would still have to tweak and work through some of these pieces. But you would see that specific elective teachers would be tied to certain grade levels and teams, and we would try to make them as pure as possible so that we can have discussions and really truly look at support and intervention and enrichment. As far as looking at lunches with backpacks and their materials, if a student is on team, after the class, after the lunch, the backpack will be left on the team, and if a student has an off-team class, they will store their backpack in the cafeteria storage area. So we are going to have a storage area for backpacks for those students who are off-team for the next class.
This new Bell schedule will allow us to not interrupt core instruction for nightly value lessons that we do at the beginning of each semester, and for student services and other related groups that students are pulled out for can be organized during this time to protect your instructional class time. Progress report and report cards and school-wide reflection on student growth can also be done during this time, and in alignment with the Monday and Friday weekly goal setting. We will review the club opportunities for next year, keeping in mind the original purpose for club days were to increase engagement of students that did not have opportunities throughout their schedule for electives and other fun activities. Students in middle school are also limited in their ability to stay after school. We'll survey staff and students on their interest of participating in clubs as well as what clubs to offer. Based on those survey results, we'll determine whether we offer clubs next year and at what frequency.
There will be staff resources and professional learning that will need to take place in order to strengthen our knowledge and understanding when it comes to providing our Tier 2 and Tier 3 interventions with our students. So we will be providing end-of-year, summer, and planning week opportunities which staff have asked for in order to explore standards-based proficiency grading as well as how to intentionally plan our intervention and enrichment based on skills and how to manage our intervention time. We will also have our weekly team solution finding sessions that will continue to review our data and to determine student need and to address them through our instruction and intervention. This will be monitored on a quarterly basis by surveying our staff and our students and making adjustments based on feedback in our data. Below you also can see that this is the process that we will be going through in order to get additional feedback from you. There will be an activity right after this podcast, and we suggest that you watch the podcast or look at the PowerPoint if you need to refresh and look deeper. Please take the opportunity to provide your feedback on our proposal using the Google Docs link that's provided to you in the email, but also in the PowerPoint. We really are looking for additional ideas, solutions, and questions and aspects to consider. Please be honest. But please also be constructive in that we want to look at this as a solution finding situation in order to move forward with our action steps in a timely manner to make this wonderful opportunity for our students and our school happen. Thank you again for all of your opinions and for supporting our school-wide initiatives to meet the needs of all of our Royal Knights.